Hi, this is Dan.
And Phil.
When we aren't dropping intellectually sound and irreverent jokes, we also try to pay the bills with our numerous professional skills.
Yes, Dan, we do indeed. If any of our listeners need any of the following services, they should email us at donate@twobroke.twimbos.com.
That's right. Maybe we should actually list some of those services.
That sounds like a good idea. We have brand management, content marketing, event hosting, social media management, and influencer marketing. If anyone needs help with online marketing solutions, they should get hold of us.
Let's give them that email again.
That's donate@twobroke.twimbos.com. Donate@twobroke.twimbos.com. That is DONATE@2broketwimbos.com.
Or, if you're not going to email us, you can go to twobroketwimbos.com/contact for a full rundown of our services. Anyway, let's now get on to the story. Thanks for listening.
We broke, we ain't got it. Five broke, we ain't got it. Don't spend no money, ain't got no clothes, ain't got no cars, ain't got no hoes. We broke. Ladies and gentlemen, you're now listening. 1, 2, broke. We broke.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, all the numbers are working just fine. I've checked them all out. It's a brand new episode of Two Broke Twimbos, man. Danny, that guy in the building, a.k.a. Denias, a.k.a. What are my a.k.a.s again? A.k.a. guy, a.k.a.
The potato peeler.
The only guy, a.k.a. Your
garden boy's favorite hookup.
A.k.a. your girlfriend probably pities me. No, that's a.k.a. Danmo. Or if you look at my wallet, it's more like something like that, man. A.k.a. Danny, that guy, a.k.a. it's me.
That was so dignified, man. That was crisp.
That's what I do, man. It just shows the level of professionalism.
It really signifies a podcast that's been running for almost 100 episodes. It's just on the money, like we're on the ball.
It's like no matter what, it's like it doesn't matter what comes at you. You just you got it.
Well-oiled machine.
Wah.
And once again, your boy Dan is here with the unmistakable, the irrefutable, the unquestionable, the inconstitutionable. None other than your boy, Phil Chard, aka Flip Flows, the big boss, baby.
Aka Pizza P.
Aka Sexington Glovu. Aka DJ Mkarat.
Ba Assad.
I have no Assad in my clan.
You know what, Phil? In training, we learn radio training.
Shh, I'm finishing my intro. Hold on.
We learned about okay.
A.K.A. DJ Mkarat. A.K.A. Filthy Phil. A.K.A. the former problematic Ponce. And of course, Shamwari. Ditengero Drinky. And we're here again with another episode of Two Broke Twimbos. Alright, what are you saying, bro?
No, it's just in our radio training we've been learning something, a concept by the name of word economy. The whole idea behind it is, generally people feel that you need to use, the more words you use, the better to explain a concept or a topic or whatever it is. Whereas in reality, if you can put across whatever you're talking about in as few words as possible, that's much better than using more words. For example, you will hear radio DJs who say, "It is 15 minutes past the hour, straight afternoon."
What? You
know what I mean? Which is, I don't know, you could really just say it's 12:15 and that's perfect. Because, or you could be like, "Hey man, Will Smith was at Mosi Watunya, the smoke that thunders, man, the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe." That's way worse than, Will Smith was at Vic Falls, right? So yeah, no, I just wanted to throw that at you. It's just, in the beginning, you're throwing this inconstitutionable in whatever. It's just, it's a poor word economy. You're just throwing in a lot of words that don't really put any value.
Nobody asked you.
You're a valuable person, Phil. Valuable person. You must demonstrate your value in public.
Okay, thank you, Dan. I really appreciate you.
You're quite welcome.
I really appreciate you.
If anyone else would like some tips and knowledge, you can hit up Titch Mataz if he's free. And that free is meant in several terms.
So does he pitch up for these training sessions in suits?
Well, Uh,
Or does he just disappear when you turn your back?
do you know what? If it wasn't for his scandals, I swear that dude would be.
Guys, I don't.
He's so he understands the game so
That
well.
is so annoying. Like, and that's the thing. Like, there's one time he interviewed us, and there's one time there's an event he was doing that we were performing at, and you see him on stage. Like, the dude has mastered the art of communications, whether it's live, thinking on his feet, adjusting to the crowd, whether it's on radio, whether it's on TV. Like, he's the ultimate triple threat. But I don't know what goes on behind the scenes that is just stopping him from maximizing that potential.
To be fair, his story is he went to, well, after pretty much hitting the heights here in Zim, he went to South Africa and he became the first black radio DJ on what was the
It's a prime media station. Hold on, you're talking about it's not 702. It's Highveld area.
No, it was 702.
No, it was Highveld.
Oh, okay, whatever it was. He was like the first black. So like he got there and like he did it because it was basically just after apartheid had fallen and whatever. So these guys are recognizing that, oh no, we have to include some of the locals there, yeah. So they had to bring him in, and they felt that they could bring him in because he understood them. And he was like, I never understood them. I just made them think that I understood them. I would research how to pronounce their names, whereas every other black person was pronouncing it wrong. I would go in there and I'd pronounce these Afrikaner names correctly. And they'll be like, you know what, this guy gets us. Obviously it's terrible in terms of the situation, but that's how he got in. And he was the first radio DJ, the first black radio DJ, and he was obviously on the graveyard. But apparently that graveyard shift became so popular that they were forced to put him on a prime slot. So, man, he unlocked it in SA, and then he'll always tell you the stories of like some of the achievements that he had and whatever. And then the problem is scandals follow. Then he comes back home, Star FM. Do you know what I mean? He's the ultimate broadcaster in Zim. But just those scandals, man. Just get rid of those scandals. I swear you'd have a media empire.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it blows the mind. Like, what this man could have achieved. Like, I don't know. Now,
Yeah.
Not to throw dirt on his name or anything, but when you've got to sneak 7 suits into the country, I mean, my guy. And
We don't know the full details.
These are suits. Like, how much are you going to sell a Peña suit for? $200? $400 at most? Come on, man.
Well, that's if it's like a really, I don't know.
Come on, man.
So anyway, that's yeah. Shout out to Titch, man. He's just so, he gets it. He understands. Like, you just be sitting in those training sessions like, wow. Then yeah. Anyway, what's going on, man? What's really good?
Nah, I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? Just doing our thing. You know what I mean? Just been grinding. You know what I'm saying?
I just saw that the United States have put out a public statement that military intervention is not off the table regarding North Korea. So it's really it's countdown. The doomsday clock is moving closer and closer to midnight. It's it's nuclear o'clock.
Nuclear clock, really?
O'clock. It's about to be lit. So hold your loved ones. Go tell the person that you think of them. And stuff like that.
Checks and balances. I think we'll get pretty close, but we won't cross that line yet. It'll take some more time. It'll take some time. But it's been great. I'm telling you right now, like, Trump is great for late night TV. Did you see that Weekend Update is now going to be its own show? That's how good he's been for news satire right now, fam. Like, everyone is thriving.
Right now, Trevor Noah, Stephen Colbert,
Seth Meyers,
Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers. They're all, like, they have, what's his name? John Oliver. Man, they're probably enjoying ratings they've never seen in their lives.
They are flying. But funny enough, I was watching a Dave Chappelle interview, and he's like, it's actually bad for comedy because everyone is saying the same thing. And I noticed it because I've also been caught in the whirlpool. So on YouTube, I'll watch like a Trevor Noah skit. Then I'll watch Seth Meyers skit. Then I'll watch a Colbert skit. Every day they have the exact same talking points. They have the exact same clips. Like, it's the exact same clips. So it starts to get repetitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and personally, like, I'm tired of it. Oh, I still laugh at some of the things that are really funny, but
it's hilarious. Oh gosh, dude, did you watch Comey yesterday? Comey killed me yesterday, fam. Comey's in a congressional hearing, talking about investigating Russia. Trump is tweeting about the investigations, like, no, dudes didn't find anything here.
He's like, as you can see, Comey said that he found nothing, and he's like,
So you see, like, there's a tweet. The president just tweeted this about 30 minutes ago. It's like, yeah, I didn't see that because I've been sitting in front of you the whole day. And no, the tweet is not correct. Man, we live in a world where people are literally verifying news from Twitter, on Twitter, and in congressional hearings. I mean, it's amazing. We live in amazing times. I just want to thank my mother, thank my father, thank the Creator, really, for allowing me to see the year 2017 and all its wondrous works. It's great. It's great.
It's great. It's great.
It might be the last year we ever see, but that's neither here nor there. We don't really know. And actually, I should shut my mouth.
On to other news. So, 21st of March is Human Rights Day. Also,
it's that's another thing that it's supposed to be. It used to be Sharpeville Day in South Africa, but they changed the name to Human Rights Day, which I feel kind of washes away its actual significance because it's about a massacre of students after a protest. Yeah. And they make it seem like it's a warm, fuzzy day when a lot of bad things happen on this day, man.
Yeah.
The Sharpeville massacre wasn't a love fest.
Yeah, but I mean, the point is the day was put on that date to commemorate it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it can't evolve as time goes. But anyway, Human Rights Day, it's also the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Just have you know that I practiced a couple of times to get that right. And in the meantime, lo and behold, today I came across several things that made me question. It's like everything just. So first of all, okay, there's a guy who came to do a demo at ZFM Stereo. This old white body. He wants to do a
radio show, hip hop show?
No, dancehall. No, he wants to do a.
That'd be great. Welcome back to Z Studio with me, Rupert De Bruin. We're playing all the hits from Dubba Don all the way down to Winky D. And let me tell you, amai, mino donates are musica.
No, he wanted to do a farming show. So
I love stereotypes.
So I listened to his demo today, and there was a part I had to pause. There was a couple of us listening. Literally, he's talking about, as a farmer, you may not understand some of the, the financial implications of a farm, being in a farm or whatever. And he goes on to talk about loans. And he says, as a farmer, sometimes you need to calculate your loan. So you got to consider the interest, or as you people call it, chimbadzo. I was like, as what?
Why?
Rewind.
Oh.
As you people? What?
It's a good thing I wasn't there. That's all I'm going to say.
No, like he wasn't here. I was just listening to the demo after he was there.
I'd find him.
Anyway, next up, there was your Facebook post.
I was going to get into that. I was actually trying to avoid it, but people are stupid.
No, you can't avoid it, man. It's
people are really stupid. Do you know that the stupid thing is it's other people that try to tell you that your feelings are invalid.
Yeah.
And that's what annoys me. So, I post it. Someone takes a screen grab, and then I'm in a couple of WhatsApp groups. Someone sends a screen grab back to me and saying, "Yo, Phil, what did you mean about this?" Don't people embrace I talk like that? So first of all, I'm like, yes, every single person in Brayside talks exactly like that. For those who don't understand, there's a PowerTel ad, and PowerTel are launching in Brayside. And in the ad, there's a young colored fellow adopting a very hip, cool, I'm out here, XA bra pose. And the caption says, "We are now in your hood, excite." They also misspelled excite.
I was gonna say that's not the spelling of XA anyway.
Yeah, but once again, it'll just feed into the stereotype if we say that. But so now people are saying, but I do not see a problem with this. I'm like, okay, guys, first and foremost, not every colored person speaks that way. One, Brayside, though it has a large concentration of the colored people, is not purely inhabited by colored people. So what you are doing here is you are patronizing people, you're generalizing them, and you're stereotyping them and saying, because we're now in quote-unquote colored territory, we must speak quote-unquote colored. And because coloreds don't speak English, they speak Ibonics, let us translate our copy into what these people speak.
Yeah.
So my example would be, if any internet company, let's say AT&T in America, for example, they were launching a service in New York City. And in the app, they're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Welcome, AT&T is now in your hood, you know what I mean? Get that fiber technology downloading to your cell phone at these ridiculously fast prices, you know what I'm saying? Like, people would be offended because, once again, you are generalizing, you are patronizing, you are stereotyping people, and you are literally, you're damn near turning them into a minstrel show. And this is the argument I'm presenting to people. And some people who, granted, are not colored, are telling me, nah, that's how people talk there. And you have no real reason to be offended. I'm like, yeah, fam, it's really not your place to say.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Funny enough, someone actually sent me a screen grab of your post. That's how I saw it, because I think I've blocked you on Facebook. And basically, they were like, do you agree with this? I was like, yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it racism, because racism implies an institutional discrimination, but it is definitely racial stereotyping, and it's offensive. It doesn't even take you don't even have to think. Yeah, people talk like so. It doesn't matter if people talk like that. Even if every single person in Brayside used XA and used whatever, you're still stereotyping. You don't have the right to go. For someone in Brayside who's speaking to his people in Brayside, he can speak to them how you want. As an outsider, especially when you're looking at a minority group that is generally looked down upon within a system, you cannot do that. That's so offensive. And even if you can't figure out that it is, if the person the group represents tells you it's offensive, you don't have to think or to try and understand. Just accept that it is offensive because you were told it is. Anyway, I used the exact same example that you used, like when the person, because this person who sent to me was just asking. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool, I understand. And I used an example like, I would compare that to an ad targeted at a black neighborhood, say in America or Europe, and they try to awkwardly incorporate black lingo to sell to this group of people. That would be like if you were in that hood, you would probably boycott that product. Anyway.
Yeah.
So... yeah. Speaking of boycotting, again, on International Eradication of Racial Discrimination Day, there was a lady who had several children with her at Spur, restaurant, steak ranch
you're being very generous with the terms there, but continue.
In the south of Africa's. And, yeah, someone took a video of a large man who was screaming, threatening, and basically being the worst possible dregs of humanity type person you can be towards her in front of children.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
actually, I had to, I switched off my phone. Actually.
Wow.
That video, because I would have, as I just highlighted to you, I need to temper my online persona for the next few months, and I'm I mean, it literally hurts. You know, like I actually got tears, and I'm seriously like I was crying because it's sad. Like for someone who's spent time in South Africa, and especially someone who spent time in South Africa, I've been a victim of racism in Zim, and I've been a victim of racism in South Africa. The racism in South Africa is a whole new level of racism. Like the arrogance, the way that white people feel entitled to black bodies, the authority they think they have over South Africans, the violence they perpetuate against black South Africans. It's another world. And I remember like the first few times I started going back to South Africa, like after, you know, like I developed some sort of quote unquote consciousness and wokeness, I was like, yo, this isn't going to stand for long. Like eventually there's going to be a civil war here because the white people here, they take too many liberties. Like they just don't respect black people at all. And especially with that video, when you see a white man, a big, strong-built white man, physically threatening a woman in front of children, showing no regard for the safety of a woman or children, and you see other white people who are with him standing by and doing nothing, and you see black people who are so used to being trod upon, scared to intervene, and you even in the video, there's a woman who says in Zulu, like, leave the situation alone. Like if you watch the video, there's a skinny black guy who's on the table adjacent. He tries to interfere, and the woman he's with who's recording tells him, no, don't. And then eventually he's like, yo, I can't just leave this woman to be threatened like this. And he eventually steps in and he tries to do whatever he can. But that's the situation, and I've seen it in public as well, where white people feel entitled to black women's bodies or black people's bodies, and they treat them like dirt. There's another specific incident. We know combi drivers are the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? They are indefensible individuals.
In SA or here?
Globally, wherever you see a combi or a tuk-tuk or any form of public transport, you know that driver's a piece of dirt. You know, like he's annoying. Like he's a motherless creature with no form of respect for the road.
That's not fair, Phil. Come on.
Dude, combi drivers are the worst. Anyway, point being, one time I was in South Africa at the traffic light. I'm not sure what this combi driver did. I'm pretty sure he did something to annoy this guy. But this white guy, I think he hits into the combi. He gets out of the combi. Passengers get out of the combi as well. He then goes to the driver's side, pulls the driver out. And once again, it's always these big Afrikaner dudes. These big Afrikaners. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. He rips the guy out of the car, starts slapping him. And I'm in my car and I'm just looking like, ain't this some BS? Like, who does this man think he is? Like, just start slapping a grown man like a kid. And then after slapping him, like when he sees now people are starting to get pissed and starting to fight back, he hops into his car and he speeds off. And you see these incidences over and over and over and over again in South Africa because white people have no fear of the consequences of their actions. They have no fear or no respect for black people. And it's terrible that we live in a world where kids can't go out and be kids and just enjoy a party at Spur without their safety being threatened by a man who's almost 10 times as big as them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you have these faux quote unquote intellectuals who just are idiots who are trying and saying, well, this isn't right because we need to see both sides and we need to understand what did the woman do to provoke him. And look, the woman is swearing in front of the children. That is also unacceptable behavior. Of course she's swearing. Like, if your life is threatened, fam, literally that's what's going to happen. Like, if you see someone that big in front of you and you know what white people do, what these people are capable of doing to you, you're obviously going to fear for your life and the life of your children. So that's all you're going to do. She's not going to slap that dude. What's that going to do?
Yeah, I saw the same reaction. I wanted to respond this. Yes, she was swearing at the dude. And you're mad at it. Oh, no, but you shouldn't be swearing. Are you crazy? Maybe in a vacuum, you know what I mean? In a level playing field, you can say, yes, you should probably watch your language in front of children. But hello, that's not the issue here. That's not what should be addressed. What should be addressed is this big white guy who is threatening this poor woman and making her afraid, which credit to her, she didn't show it. You know what I mean? Like she stood up for herself and she threw it back at him. But he's the one who approached her and he's the one who threatened. And what's the English word for siki?
I think threatened is
It was like a siki, yeah, as if you're going to hit her. And she stood her ground and, like he throws a table at her and whatever. And then you're all like, no, but why is she swearing at him in front of the Are you crazy? That's not the issue here. That is something that can be discussed in a totally different situation, maybe. In this case, that is... anyway, yeah, so, hey, happy Human Rights Day, everyone. Woo!
Yeah, man. I also think like it just brings to highlight like that there's so many unresolved issues in Zim, in South Africa, in fact across the world where we are far from living in a post-racial society, man. There's still a lot that needs to be addressed, and until people get their heads out of their asses, we're not going to make much progress.
Yeah.
And if we can't make progress intellectually, we know what's going to happen, and none of us want that to happen, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh well. So yeah. I don't know how to. Like, I know there's a lot of people who need to be told that basically just take a moment to just pause and think. I'm just imagining there was a pitch meeting, for example, at PowerTel, where everyone sat down like, we need ideas, we're opening up in Brayside. Ooh, I've got an idea. Let's have a colored person saying we're in your hood, say. And everyone's like, yeah, good plan. Okay? Now,
All idiots.
all of you, first of all, nonsense. Secondly, surely someone could have thought, hey, surely, I mean, that should at least cross your mind. Hey, let's find out first if it would be offensive or not. Because I can't think of anyone who would call themselves colored who would not be offended by that.
Actually, yeah, you've got I call them Sambos. Really, that's what I've termed them. The same people, the equivalent of the black people defending Helen Zeller right now. The man.
Don't
Uncle
even talk
Toms.
about that, man.
Yeah,
That's-
the Sambos, the Uncle Toms. They're there. They're in full effect. Because
saying-
funny enough, in one of these groups,
Yeah.
there's another guy. He then sent me a video of one of the staff members who's a colored guy playing heavily into the colored stereotypes. As if that defends it. And he expected me to be like, okay, well, since he co-signs it, it must be good. And he was like, hey, Ixie, bro, what's going on, Ixie? Wow, we're just here chilling in the hood discussing a few stories there. Like, oh yeah, that's great, dog. Good for you. Don't forget to put that wax on your face and tap dance for massa.
Yeah. Well, and I suppose I think that's another thing we each have to drill hard into our heads that, okay, it's fine. Everyone has an opinion. I don't have to agree with you. If it's fine for you, cool. That's all right. You know what I mean? I can't. No, it's fine. Like, I can't be sitting here saying you must be offended. Because you know what? When I saw that ad, I didn't feel any personal offense. But I did look at it and I think, wow, this was in really poor taste. Like, y'all didn't think this through. It reminds me of the time I was called, I think I told you about this, where I was called to do a voiceover ad.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo.
Yeah, remember, because you refused and you sent me the script. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Like, do you want to do a colored accent? I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. If you want to find someone else to do it, cool. Like, do you know any colored people? I was like, here's a bunch of numbers. You can call them if you want.
Yes, because all colored people know each other. Like, we meet every Wednesday for the.
But here's the thing. I didn't.
Colored headquarters.
I was just speaking to the producer. Okay, the producer had been given instructions by the marketing guys at whatever company it was, and blah blah blah. What company was it? I can't remember. Anyway, so he was just given all this stuff and blah blah. And he's like, "This is what they want." I was like, "Dude, I can't do that." He's like, "Yeah, when I saw it, I also thought the same thing, but someone signed it off." Blah blah blah. So I was just like, "Nope, sorry, I can't." It's only a while later when I got to actually speak to the marketing guys, and I was like, "You guys did like?" And they're like, "No, we hadn't thought it through." can't remember if it went on air.
Well, I've heard similar. There's what is it? I think it's a Tell One ad.
You know,
Tell One ad.
it's okay to like accents to a certain extent. I can understand stereotypes. No, like I can understand if you want someone to feel like you're talking to them, so you use someone who has a similar accent to them to give a message. Okay, that's a bit different, but you still have to be very careful that you're not doing anything insulting. But the moment you start putting in stupid little stereotypes that don't mean anything from outside, man. Anyway, so yeah.
The problem also is just like the Zimbabwean marketing industry is a damn joke. Embarrassment. Like the other day, I was looking at a Telecel ad. They're advertising Telecel Farmers Club or something like that. And someone literally just went on Google and got an image of a Samsung Galaxy phone and pasted it into the ad, forgetting that in the top left corner, the Samsung is connected to the AT&T network. In a Telecel ad. Smart, eh?
Good thinking. Good thinking.
Yes. Your copy editors are on point every day, all day. Yo, speaking of which, Stuart Bank is seeing flames right now, my guy. Yo.
Ooh.
If you're a Two Broke Twimbos listener and you bank with Stuart, please get hold of us and let us know what's going on there, because damn, every day I'm on Facebook, I'm just seeing people complaining. Like everybody complaining. Like people who aren't even in Zimbabwe complaining about Stuart Bank.
I saw that. Was it not like is it not the whole thing about bank to wallet thing? So where you link your bank account to your EcoCash?
No, it's long-standing issues. Like there've been issues where they've just been understaffed. The system is always down. People trying to activate internet banking takes forever. People calling the call center, never getting responses. People trying to do transactions online, never going through. People trying to access their cash, can't do it. People doing transfers. I actually had an experience with this over the holidays. Someone with a Stuart Bank account did a transfer into our account because they were trying to book us, and the transfer just never came through. And then eventually it turns out that Stuart had sent the money to the wrong account. So stuff like that. There's these incidences of companies saying that they aren't getting the forex that they remitted back to them. It's just a mess. Like it's just one thing after another. And the major complaint is, Stuart Bank spends all this time on these Facebook shows and these Friday workshops or whatnot.
On paying Mudiwa.
They're doing everything but being an actual bank. I don't think Mudiwa is part of the Facebook Live thing anymore. Apparently he got replaced by Ruby.
Shem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't bank with Stuart Bank. I actually need to switch banks because Barclays is being a bit of a problem.
Dude, every bank is a problem.
That is true. Yo, okay.
Oh man.
So check this out. Okay, you know how some banks are now putting in a differentiation between US dollars and bond notes.
Of course, it does only a matter of time.
In fact, from what I hear at this present moment, you can't take out US dollars. Anytime you do any withdrawal, it's bond notes. Man, think about what that means. Just now, if things are really like this and continues like this, it's going to be an implosion, man. Yeah, I mean, we all knew that.
This is why people were protesting.
But you see, the problem is we've all just kind of been like...
This is nothing new. Like, we saw this script a mile away.
Yeah, but no, like, do you know what I mean? We're just like, man, we tried. Oh, well, okay, so let me take those bond notes.
Yeah, until people learn. Until people really, really, really learn. That's what's going to happen, man. Like we've always said, like, no one will do anything that you won't allow them to do to you. Pretty simple and straightforward. That's pretty much it. Like, if you don't want to be taken advantage of, then don't let them take advantage of you. And if you do want to be taken advantage of, it's going to happen.
I see you're being very careful with your wording, just...
Yeah, of course. All I'm saying is... It's important for people to obey the law, understand their rights.
That is very important.
And exercise their rights within the confines of the law. It's important, Dan. It's very important. Because we don't advocate for anything outside of the law here on Two Broke Twimbos. We are an upstanding brand. That's what we are.
Yes, we
Law-abiding.
strongly believe that the law is there to protect us, and if there are some issues with the law, then there's means and methods of dealing with them. And
Exactly. And as we know in Zimbabwe, the law has always been on the side of the people. It's not like we have a rogue police force that mans the streets every day, shaking down motorists for innocuous and pointless fines day in, day out. The same motorists who don't have cash or access to that cash because banks won't give it to them. Of course not. We don't live in such a society. Never.
I'm saying nothing. I refuse to add anything extra to your words. Let's talk about a safe topic like music.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Ooh, what's this with Calvin and Poi?
I don't know. Well, first of all, shock horror, Calvin is in a beef with someone. Secondly,
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Dude, Calvin's been beef with artists, radio stations, individuals, social media, Jesus himself, bruh. There was a time he went on a rant on his Facebook where he was
I remember.
Yeah, so-
someone had died and he was questioning the existence of God.
Yeah.
He was having an existential crisis. I mean, we all have
and that happens to everyone. That's cool. And I suppose as an artist, that can be a good thing, but it has to be strategic. Okay, I want to give you an example of strategic beef. Rick Ross just released his album. On his album, he's got Idols Become Rivals, right? That's
He's got some nerve, Rick Ross does. He's got some nerve.
why. So he has this song called "Idols Become Rivals" where he's taking shots at Birdman, and it's like it's proper beef. You know what I mean? He's all up in there talking about Birdman's shady business deals and talking about how he kept quiet when he should have spoken, but now he's speaking, and just pay the producers, man, and pay Lil Wayne, and pay everyone that you owe, etc., etc. See,
That's going to be a long payment process, believe
yeah, it's whew.
me. Ooh, fam, Birdman owes so many people money. We know people he owes money to.
Personally. But here's the thing. So, you see, he's got a strategic beef. This dude hasn't been paying his artists. You were like my idol before I looked up to you. Now we're rivals. And I see your flaws and ABC. This is just as he's releasing his album. He's got people talking about Rick Ross's songs and his music and the fact that Rick Ross has connections to Cash Money and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It gets everyone talking. People now listening to his music. There's actual beef. There's a reason behind it. There's years of discernible build up to this. Right? That's beef that makes sense. And it's dope for Rick Ross. And if Birdman responds properly and handles his affairs correctly, it could be dope for Birdman as well. It could be dope for the people around them. People are paying attention. See, now, Calvin, I don't know the full story. I've only just come across this beef story. But it just looks like he's randomly beefing with someone in Bulawayo.
What I've gathered, Dan, you're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
You've never been on the Calvin bandwagon.
Excuse you, when Casper Nyovest was in Zimbabwe and asked me, which artist are you feeling? I was like, Calvin, this is my boy, listen to this song. And next thing you know, Calvin's got a feature with Casper. I pushed Calvin almost personally. That was my guy. Remember when we saw him at the Zim Hip Hop Awards?
Yeah, dude, I'm being very sarcastic. Why are you so sensitive all of a sudden? What's going on, man? Something you want to talk about? Jeez Louise.
I'm just upset because, you know, I was rooting for you, man. We were all rooting for you.
Yeah, you know, like, what I've always said about Calvin is Calvin's work ethic is unmatched, and his work ethic, his drive, like his ability to hit the streets, to get people to support him, to get people to buy into his work, to get people to buy into his brand, unmatched. His skills as a wordsmith, his strategic thinking as an artist building a brand for the long term. And I feel like if he had a manager or someone who could really just mold him and push him in the right direction, he could do so many great things. Because a lot of where Zimbabwean acts are lacking is just that drive and that passion that he has. Can you imagine if you took Simba Tag's talent and gave him Calvin's drive. I mean, it'll be incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, and it's not too hard to understand because, man, Simba Tags is supposed to be on Two Broke Twimbos for a while. He sent me a voice note the other day saying, Den, I failed you. I failed you so badly. Well, yes, Simba Tags. I've been waiting for you for a very long time, man. Why is this so difficult?
No, it's Sherlock.
Anyway, I think when Calvin, you don't have to be Nas with your words. You know what I mean? It's okay to be Rick Ross
Jeezy.
or Jeezy or whatever. You know what I mean? It's okay, and you make dope music. And he went through a period where he was running, man. There was no rapper that could touch him. Like every rap feature, every rap song that was in the charts was all Calvin. But yeah, it's just that, like you're saying, just the strategic thinking. Takura has had months. We're talking months. I don't. Can we even call it a full year? I don't know. He's had months of shine, and he's already putting his boy on Donny Pound. He's already doing tours. He's already. Do you know what I mean? Like he's already. I'm so excited for this dude, man. I just hope he makes it happen.
Yeah. Zim hip hop is just in a weird space. It's always been in a weird space. But I think if we just cross over this threshold, I'm seeing what Camera is doing. Hey, speaking of Camera, man, he's got that Pamusiga remix video with the Gemini Maker.
Whoa! Was that officially out?
Ice
I just saw the teaser.
It's coming out this
Okay.
week.
Wait. Sorry.
Please calm down, Dan.
No, well, Camera is another. That's my guy. Sorry, turned off my mic. That's my guy. Even though we have a bit of history and stuff, that's still my guy.
Yeah, I moved past that. Like in retrospect, when I think back at it, it was literally just a compliment to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just saying, my face already didn't be. Yeah, it was like, you're right. You know what I mean? Because
Look,
at
no,
the end of the
Phil,
day,
let's just leave it.
We can't blame
Can you
him.
chill, bro?
Can we blame him?
What do you
Can we blame him?
What?
No, we can't. We can't blame him, can we? No. You know what I mean? Because real niggas recognize real niggas. You know what I mean? Yo, we talk so much smack on this podcast.
Absolute worst.
God.
Anyway,
but yeah, shout out to Carrot, man. He's doing his big thing. I actually interviewed him just yesterday on the Viber public chat for African.
yes, I saw that.
And we're discussing that. Yeah. So yeah, he's out he's doing his thing, man. And I'm proud of the dude, man. I'm proud of the dude. He's doing good.
Did I tell you about the time I spoke to Vanessa Mde?
Jog my memory.
Oh, well, anyway, so I had an interview with Vanessa, and it was a brief one, and we were talking about the fact that, African music is kind of popping off outside the countries that it's in, and even internationally. And, obviously it gives rise to collaborations. In fact, the reason I know about you, besides the fact that I look up music, but the reason some Zimbabweans would know about you is because you did a collaboration with Mr. Camara on Ice Prince No Mind Them. Mm-hmm. And she's like, man, I love Mr. Camara, man. His music is so fire. And she was gushing, and I was like, whoa, listen, okay, let's focus on me here. Oh man, Vanessa is so fine. And anyway, yeah. So I was like, man, you see, like Camara he's making waves out in Africa right now. Nigeria, Tanzania, SA.
He's doing big things. There was a time where was it MTV Awards event. And then Camera pitched up and he's there with Victoria Kamani. And it was just chilling. Like, oh no, we were at the studio, we're recording. I was like, oh no, cool. She's like, yo, you know him? Oh man, these beats are crazy, man. Like in that American accent of hers, those beats are crazy, man. Like he's doing great things, man. Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. I've known him for like a year. You know what I mean? We go way back. Cool.
So I was just gonna trade stories about how we've met. Okay, cool. Never mind. It's cool.
It's cool. We can go back and forth, fam, because that's how we do. But yeah, no. Anyway, the point being is Camera's doing his thing, man, and proud of him. So yeah, the Pamusika remix video is dropping. Can't wait to see that. Despite the fact it's got Gemini Major, I've let it slide that he called me a liar and was proved wrong.
Phil, I've tried to explain this before. Look, okay, maybe his reaction wasn't the best one, but everyone has times and strategies. Okay, we're going to break this news at this time. We're going to do this to build up to that, and we're going to do this in ABC. And then someone comes in and says, yo, so is it true that blah, blah? And it's like, no, I'm still 3 days before breaking this news. I can't. Obviously, they're going to say, no, it's not true. But what he should have done, as you said, was to hit you up privately and say, yo, this is something that we're working on, whatever. But maybe he doesn't know you like that, or maybe he panicked, or maybe, you know what I mean? Like, dude, don't take it personally, bruh. You do the same thing as someone who does, PR and stuff. You've got strategies and timelines. Let it go. Mm-hmm. Let it go.
Isn't it let it snow?
No, it's let it go. But yeah, looking forward to that. But still.
What else?
No. Still on the topic of music. No, wait. It's more life season.
Oh, shut up.
No, come on, man. You can't ignore it.
I tried listening to it. And I think after hearing Drake say peng ting and mad ting for the 20th time, I was like, this is some BS right here, man. Like, no one is in the studio like, yo, what? Guys, why is Drake singing fake patois? Why? It's so annoying. And the one that really annoyed me was the song with Gigs, because I love Gigs. I'm a Gigs fan. You know what I mean? I've been following Gigs for years.
So you should appreciate that Drake has put Gigs on.
Yeah, I should appreciate that Drake put Gigs on by insulting the whole London boy culture with that terrible fake patois in his song. I see a painting, real man. And I can guarantee Gigs is in the studio like, this is some real BS right here, man. This is some real BS. But damn it, I'm not going to say nothing because this is Drake. I'm just going to bite this bullet. And then after then I'll call him out. You know what I mean? It's like
after I cash the checks, that's when I'll
It's literally like when you're at a job interview and you're sitting across the table and there's some white dude is like, oh, Jabu, how are you?
You're really well dressed for
You speak so well. I get along very well with your people. Me and my maid are like this. You just gotta
you just gotta grit your teeth like, let me just get this job, man.
I got bills, man. I gotta pay these bills, man. That was literally Gigs in the studio. Like, and the thing is, like, Gigs is a real road man. Like a real road man. For those of you that don't know what a road man is, like, I don't explain this to you, right? But like,
see, but that's the same thing you're doing.
No, I'm doing it for comedic effect. Yeah. He's doing it insultingly. A road man is literally a gangster, to say a drug dealer. Gigs has had his fair share of incidents with the law. They've shut down a lot of his shows. So Gigs is a real, authentic, genuine dude. So had it been anyone else besides Drake, he would never release another album again, I'm sure. But anyway.
Shame. Sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry, Giggsy.
Speaking of more life, Black Coffee is on the project. Funny enough, the song is literally just a remix of Superman, featuring Dan and I's mutual boo. We decided to enter a polyamorous relationship with her because we love her that much. None other than Boosie, who broke both our hearts and got pregnant by another man. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway,
it's one of the few people that I would consider such a polyamorous arrangement. With Phil, really, because Phil-ish.
Yeah.
I'm like, bring on the Sikh.
I was harking back to the first time. So when Boosie was booked for Shoko Festival, I was telling Dan, like, yo, when you meet Boosie, I need you to stay calm because she's that level of fine where grown men literally just are used to drooling, blubbering idiots in front of her. Like, dude, Phil, come on, man. We've seen beautiful women, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm dead. I'm out here, blah, blah, blah. And
this lo and behold, so not true.
Lo and behold, the moment Dan came face to face with Boosie, he gave me that look. You know that that ugly look guys give each other, like they just stub their toe when they see a fight. I'm like, God damn! God damn!
So, okay, I'm gonna fix what Phil is trying to lie about here.
You're a politician.
So this is literally what happened. We had organized with her
Of
and her
course it's not.
manager to have a Two Broke Twimbos interview. She was at ZFM. Actually, she was at the radio station. She did an interview, and the whole thing was, okay, after the interview, we'll find some time to sit down and talk. However, she was late, so she had to rush back to the hotel room. So I was outside talking to her and the manager, like, yo, when can we schedule this interview? And she's like, yo, I have to go back to the hotel room. So my suggestion is, let's go to the hotel room now, and not the hotel room, but the hotel now, and do the interview there. You were MIA. You were MIA.
I wasn't MIA, and you jumping to a different part of the story altogether. Like, that's not what I was talking about. I was just talking about meeting her, like, for the first time, and you jumping to the time you forgot. You literally forgot all your equipment.
I didn't
chasing
forget.
after Boosie.
The tour bus was leaving, and she's like, get on. I was like, yo, I need to go get my stuff. She's like, ish, fam, we're gonna leave. I'm like, you know what? I'll tell Phil to bring it. That's what happened. I didn't forget it. Anyway, the first time I met her, well, obviously she's fine.
My nigga, she fine. Fine.
She fine. Anyway, so
fine.
did you see on Meek Mill's Instagram? Everyone's just posting up those. Why is a flower the symbol of more life? I don't get it.
I don't know. Drake
Like,
fans are corny as hell.
I understood when What a Time to Be Alive, the symbol everyone used was the diamond thingy because that was the cover. I understand when people use lemons for Beyonce's because lemonade. Why is a flower thing Drake's more life symbol?
Because he's soft.
Well, but still, I mean,
guessing,
why
I don't
choose?
know.
Anyway, all right. That's I found
Like I
it
said,
humorous.
Drake fans are corny. Remember, those are the same fans that got their butts whipped by Joe Budden.
That's not saying much. Joe Budden is like, maybe he's not a gangster, but he's still, he's still got some level of respect in these streets.
Does
No? He does.
He does. Oh yeah, I'm on Meek Mill's page and I'm just seeing and okay. Now once I click on the accounts that are posting the flowers, it all starts to make sense. Nothing but corny teenage. Look at these corny ass teenage. Oh god. There's one dude with a bowl haircut, fam. I mean, really.
And they're all posting those flowers.
Yep.
Anyway.
It's Drake fans, the worst of the worst. If we could get rid of Drake fans and Nicki Minaj fans, like, the world would be a better place.
We're not going to have a future, Phil. Where will we get kids to replace our generations?
Taylor Swift fans. Yo, Nicki Minaj. Wait, did we talk about? No, we didn't talk about it. The Nicki Minaj clapback, the weakest clapback I've ever heard of in my life. Oh,
boy.
dude, Nicki Minaj bars are so bad.
When was the last time you ever? Even people stay quoting to me that Nicki's bad. She killed Kanye and Jay on Monster.
But that's the last time, like literally,
Okay,
the last time.
first of
Nicki
all,
Minaj. Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I think the only verses where I've been like, yeah, no, Nicki bodied this is Itty Bitty Piggy. That's to the day of my favorite Nicki Minaj song. Roman's Revenge, she tried. Monster, she did a thing. Hello, Good Morning, murdered it.
Okay, that was dope.
Looking ass niggas, killed it. And then everything else besides that has been yeah or
Even like on Monster, you can say that Nicki brought. Okay, Nicki's 10 out of 10 is Jay-Z's 5 out of 10. Let's say, I haven't probably done the scale. So when Jay-Z brings a 5 out of 10 verse, you're like, Jay-Z disappointed. And then Nicki brings a 10 out of 10 verse, you're like, damn, Nicki brought it. But it's still kind of at the same level. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. But I also can understand, because let's look at it this way, man. We've got a serious problem across hip hop across the world with women occupying positions of power.
It wasn't even a 5 out of 10 verse. He was the only one who stayed on topic.
Who's this?
Jay-Z. It was about monsters.
But that's what I'm saying. The point being is like,
Yeah,
it's
no.
like it's like perfect example. perfect example. You got a basketball game. You've got Steph Curry, you got LeBron James, you've got Harden, and then you've got Josfat Nimbiri coming there from nowhere. And they're doing a dunk contest, and LeBron hammers it down. Incredible. Yeah. Steph does this thing. Yeah. Harden. Yeah. Jeffers does something that you never expected Jeffers to do. Obviously, you're going to be more blown away by Jeffers doing his thing because of the expectation versus the result. Because you expect Jay-Z to body a verse every time.
And but here's the thing, then 5 years later, you're still not going to be going, yo, Harden and LeBron were totally
the
sunned.
The problem being is like, okay, you're like, okay, Nicki did this. And because she drops starships, you're like, oh gosh, that's terrible. But you know what? She did this. So I know that's what she's capable of. And because there's nowhere else for me to turn, I'm going to give another chance. And then she does a song with Ariana Grande. You're like, ugh. But it's like, oh, she did Monster, fam. She did Monster. So I can accept it. It's the same thing with Kanye. Kanye has not dropped a good album. Granted, I'll say, to me, Jesus was a very good album, but Kanye has just been sliding off for quite some time. But we always hold Kanye up to College Dropout, Late Registration, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, because those are the emblematic signs of the greatness. It's like MJ. MJ gave us Thriller, and then he gave us Thriller, he gave us Bad, he gave us Dangerous. After Dangerous, things started going downhill, and he started touching kids, and he started acting crazy. But we're like, no! Michael gave us
wasn't
Thriller.
necessary, Phil. That wasn't necessary.
What?
Like, you didn't have to go there, man. Why? Like, come on, man. MJ. Here's the thing with MJ. Okay, there's a difference between having, like, in Kanye's case. Funnily enough, I actually also kind of enjoyed Yeezus.
Yeezus was great.
And even, okay, Saint Pablo, Life of Saint Pablo, whatever it was garbage compared to Late Registration, for example. But in comparison to his own stuff, as opposed in comparison with what's around at the time. Because, I mean, like, some of the songs on there were pretty dope. Like, Ultralight Beams, man. I couldn't find a feel-good song like that. Or Famous was actually also quite, it was very poppy, but still it was very... Anyway, my point is, what were we talking about? We're talking about Drake.
Yeah, you were just rambling. No, we're talking about Nicki Minaj and a terrible comeback.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's no point in even talking about it. I didn't even finish listening to it, man.
But anyway, yeah. So the point being is, Nicki's trash. And I've come to terms with that. She's trash. Her fans are even trashier because she dropped these terrible lines. And then you got her fans on Twitter like, you know what I love about Nicki Minaj? She drops these intricate lyrics that make you think.
I laughed so hard when someone on Twitter was like, when Remy first dropped Sheetha, someone on Twitter was like, Nicki gonna respond like, your album flopped, Sandal.
But those are her bars.
Those are
sheriff.
That's why it was so funny, because those are the exact bars.
If you're a Nicki Minaj, if you're a Nicki Minaj fan and you listen to Two Broke Twimbos, don't.
No, it's okay to be a fan. Look.
No, Dan, no.
Phil, I always say this. Okay, Phil, I always say this.
We cannot be on here preaching tolerance and acceptance. We don't accept such, fam.
No,
fam.
Philip.
Not on my clock.
Of these two, which do you think is the most important function of music? Entertaining or informing?
Neither. It should be bars all day.
You sound like a Drake fan right now. Anyway, whatever.
No, okay. No, but
I'm just saying,
good songs anymore. Her songs are just terrible. They literally just sound like someone screaming into an EDM. Like,
Phil, we're too old. It's not for us anymore. It's not.
Do you know
for us
the weird thing is, like, if you listen to Nicki Minaj closely, do you know what she sounds like?
Like she's rapping Akon's full name.
Do you remember Fran Drescher?
Yeah, from The Nanny.
If Fran Drescher was a rapper, she'd be Nicki Minaj. Listen closely.
I can see that.
Mr. Sheffield.
Okay, look.
Anyway, yeah, it's time for us to go, man.
It's time for us to go, man. I'm starving.
But yeah, thank you guys for sticking us one more week. We got a couple more interviews lined up. You know what I'm saying? We just like to have these little chats, you know, just to keep you guys abreast of what's going on. Yo, shout out so much to the listeners. This past week alone, I've got like 4 DMs, just random DMs, like people talking about episodes and discussing topics. I love that. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Really appreciate it.
What? I ain't got no DM.
I don't know why people don't. Are your DMs open though?
My DM, of course they're open. Why wouldn't? I'm single. Hello.
Yeah, sure you are. So I don't know, man. Maybe people just find me more approachable. That being said, there's a rapper that emailed us. He apparently is Zimbabwean. He emailed us a trap song. So if he sends us the radio edit in time, we'll probably put it in the end of this episode. Just show dude some love. You know what I'm saying? Just support the New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Phil Chard, at Danny That Guy, and of course 2 Broke Twimbos, the number 2 Broke Twimbos. That's TWIMBOS everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Viber Public Chat, and of course subscribe on YouTube. And don't forget to visit www.2broketwimbos.com for all the latest content that is 2 Broke Twimbos related. What else, Dan?
Yeah, that's about it, man. I can't think of anything else that's interesting. Man,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think if there's any take home from this episode, it's first and foremost, stop being stupid. You know what I mean?
And if you're not sure whether you're being stupid, ask someone who would know.
Exactly. Like I keep saying, fam. Everybody needs to have their feminist counsel. I don't know why people aren't taking my advice. It's helped me so much in this year alone. You've got to have your team on deck. Just a bunch of people that are smarter than you, that know more than you, and you just, hey, am I messing up here? Oh, I am. Thank you. You know what I mean? It's better to be a fool in front of one person than a fool in front of thousands of people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm building mine. Yeah, I've got some very strong members so far. With
That's good. We should compare and contrast. Maybe do like a transfer season, Yo, what if we do like a fantasy league for feminist council? But anyway,
I've been sounding really intelligent lately, actually, and
it is
like,
indeed.
Dan, where'd you get this from? I'm like, man, you should know who I have late night conversations with. But yeah,
And more importantly, guys, especially men, but everyone in general, but men particularly, man, we got to do a better job protecting black women. Because that video, that stuff should not fly. No one should ever feel comfortable enough to do that to women and children in our presence, ever.
Amen.
All right. I'm out.
We broke.